So I've been wanting to film this video for a really long time. I haven't posted anything on my channel in a while just because it's been kind of hard with work. I've been super busy and dealing with kidney disease is extremely difficult. And I just wanted to go over some of the things they don't tell you about kidney disease. Number one, don't Google. Do not Google. When you start Googling everything, you find out a lot of different things, especially life expectancy. That was like one of the biggest mistakes I made, is looking up to see how long I would survive on kidney disease, and it kind of makes me like internally I wish I could talk to myself and be like, stop Googling and looking at YouTube, because it will bring you to a point where you'll just keep looking, trying to find solutions to an unsolvable problem where each person is so different with kidney disease. I know some people who just like, they have a really hard time with it, and it's different for each person. Like, I know people who have been on kidney disease for almost 20 years and they're doing just fine. They're managing their renal failure the best they can, by diet, and also, having a good relationship with their healthcare team. And I think that's the one thing I will tell you is, if you're not comfortable with your healthcare team, be your own advocate. I didn't really like my hemo doctor. He kind of had bad bedside manner. He was nice, but it was kind of like the way he talked to me, I didn't like it. So I went back to my old nephrologist when I went to PD, because it was just a better fit for me. And now I feel more comfortable where I'm at with PD than I was with hemo. Like, my healthcare team and my transplant team and everything like that, I just feel in like a better position for when I'm ready to have a new kidney. I feel so much better about things, even though my phosphorus is a constant battle. Another thing too is your phosphorus does matter. Don't forget to take your binders. I can't say that enough. And if you're having issues, talk to your dietitian and your doctor. Those are like things that I feel like, people said kind of in passing, like, oh, make sure you take your binders and all that stuff, and like watch what you eat. But it does matter. You want to take care of your life the best you can. And the third thing is, don't stop your life for kidney disease. I feel like that's something I see a lot, is people are like, well, should I like quit my job, or like, it does change your life dramatically. But I still work a 40-hour week. I think I've accomplished more now, and I've continued to accomplish more on kidney disease than when I wasn't on it. I don't see a huge difference in my life that much. It's just kind of like an adjustment. And yeah, it is a little bit of a lifestyle change, but I feel like with renal failure, there are so many ups and downs, and each person is so different. You're going to handle it. It depends on how young and old you are too as well. So that's another thing with kidney disease. A lot of people who pass away from kidney disease, from what I'm seeing, what I've experienced, it's because they have other debilitating conditions that they cannot control, as well as they're also older. So they're like in their 60s and 70s. They're not my age. They're not in their mid-30s. You know what I mean? And it depends on how well you take care of yourself too as well. I work out 5 days a week. I go to work 40 hours a week too as well, and I watch what I eat. So depending on what you do, your quality of life on kidney disease too has an effect. So if you drink, if you smoke, if you eat really bad, well, you can imagine your kidneys don't really like that. So trying to make sure you live a healthy lifestyle makes a difference. I think it's really hard when you're younger, because there is so much information out there, and the one thing I'll tell you is, don't get the information from the wrong source. If they're not a doctor or they haven't experienced it, I don't really know if it's really that trustworthy. And Google is not the end all be all. Let's be honest. There is a lot of stuff that can be like misinformation or misconstrued a certain way. And if you dig too deep, I think sometimes you'll just end up upsetting yourself. So try to manage it the best way you can. Remember that life is so short, so you might as well just make the best of it. And try to handle your kidney disease the way your body is able to handle it. I think the last thing that I wish someone told me was that PD, even though is a better option for you overall, it makes you gain weight. Some people say they didn't make a gain weight, but it made me gain weight, and it did something to like my self-esteem, and it upset me so much. It upset me a lot. I talked to my dietitian probably like a week ago, and I said, why am I having such a hard time losing weight? She's like, let me go look something up for you. And she's like, so you do like a green and a yellow bag, right? And I said, yeah, every night I do green and yellow. And she goes, well, that's like 300 calories. I'm like, what? That's crazy. So basically, during the week, the reason why I'm having such a hard time losing the weight and I'm maintaining is because that week I basically consumed a day's worth of calories, which is insane if you're trying to lose weight. And I think that's another thing too, is when you're doing those exchanges, you do absorb some of the solution too as well. And that's something they don't tell you. What's the last thing? I don't know. I could keep talking about this all day. I wish these are things people would have talked to me about, because one, it would have created so much less stress for me. Oh, join a support group. Facebook support groups have a ton of like PD support groups and stuff like that. I actually will get a lot of my questions answered from those groups from people who are already experiencing it. And some people have been living on it for many, many years. Believe it or not, kidney transplant does not need to be an option for some people. Some people just don't want to get kidney transplant. It's surprising. They're doing really well on PD, so they decide not to do it, and they're still living really good quality lives. Living on renal failure is not the end. I really hope whoever sees this knows that it's not the end for you. Like, especially if you're my age, still really young. I really do love my life. You know, I'm still able to travel. I actually have a trip planned in June, and I have a really good career. You know, I run a culinary program. I really love my life. Other than the whole dealing with kidney disease part. But I think the important thing is looking at all the positive things. You know, there are support groups out there to kind of help guide you. Having a really positive team helps a lot. And having a good attitude. When you have a good attitude about life, things are so much better. Listen to your care team and stop drinking and smoking. Those are like the main things. I hope this helps somebody. Someone who maybe just found out they have kidney disease. But anyways, that's it for me. Bye.